Chat, how we doing tonight? Chat, we got a big game tonight. We got the Concacaf Champions Cup leg one between Nashville SC and Tigres. This could define the entire series and see who's going to make it to the final in the Concacaf Champions Cup. So it's going to be a huge game tonight. First leg, huge game for both sides. Hope everyone's doing well. Want to say real quick that MLS Moves is presented by FanDuel, our proud sponsor of the channel. Let's see. Ray Boston says, let's go Tigres. Angus says, hello, Will. I hope that you and your family are well. They are. Appreciate it, Angus. Mr. says, hi, Will. Hi, chat. 30-minute rain. Oh, we have a 30-minute rain delay. Interesting. See, I didn't know that. That's cool, though. We'll talk for a little bit. That's no problem. That's interesting. They got a rain delay, though. That's interesting. Maybe we'll watch maybe I'll watch some of the Open Cup game between, I think it was Charlotte FC and I can't remember the other team who it was. They're talking on FS1 now about the game, though, or I think they're talking about the USMNT. I mean, there's plenty to talk about. We could talk about the Champions League game today, which was crazy. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Greetings from Mexico. Ray, appreciate you for stopping by. Mr. says, off work for a couple of days, got smacked in the face by a metal pole. Oh, man, that's terrible. Currently can't see out of my left eye. Currently wearing an eye patch. I look like a damn pirate. Well, I'm not laughing at the injury, but that was kind of funny what you said at the end. I hope your recovery's good, though, my friend. Hopefully it's nothing that lingers on too long. Hopefully you get your sight back. At least by hopefully tomorrow you can start to see a little bit better, so you can watch Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. On that note, go Bucks. Go Bucks. Are you talking about like Tampa? Let's see. It's delayed. Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, Charlotte. So it's Charlotte and Atlanta. Let's see. That was a nice shiner from it. Hit me just below my eye. That they told me to get a hospital and have a couple of days. Well, hopefully you're good, my friend. Hopefully everything's fine. Charlotte FC in Atlanta. Yeah, I'll probably turn that game on. But, today, which I'm going to look at the starting 11 too, because we still have some stuff we need to get to. I honestly didn't know that there was a rain delay for the match, which it's no problem. I mean, it's all good. They said 30 minutes. That's fine. There's plenty to talk about. I'm going to pull up the starting 11s real quick on FOTMob and just see what we're working with here, because Nashville SC had a couple good games without Sam Surridge, and he's not playing tonight either, which is interesting. Is Sam Surridge hurt still? Let me look at the bench. Yeah, so Sam Surridge, well, they don't have him listed as hurt. They don't have Sam Surridge listed as hurt right now. I don't see him on the bench. I'm curious what happened to Sam Surridge. Normally they have it listed at the bottom if there's an injury. Maybe something else is going on with Sam Surridge. I don't remember the last time he played a game, but Nashville SC's been playing good without him too. They played on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, without Sam Surridge, and they won 4-2. They've had their last couple games without Sam Surridge, so I don't think that's a huge deal to not have Sam Surridge. I think he's a little overrated. But that's a different discussion for another day. So he's not playing, but everything else is looking pretty close to ideal for their starting 11. Nashville SC looks like everything else looks pretty close to what it normally would be. Yazbek, Tagseth, Espinosa, Will. Yeah, it looks pretty close to what it would normally be. Now, on the flip side, Tigres, it has a very deep team. You know, we talked about this, or we have talked about this before, but if you compare Tigres to an MLS team, right? Based on the players they have like 8 or 9 DPs worth of players. I mean, they spent a lot of money on several of their key pieces. So if we're looking at, I don't want to say the quality, but just the depth and stuff of what they've spent on their team, it definitely is in favor of Tigres, right? They have a lot of good players and a lot of players that would be considered DP in MLS. Angel Correa, we'll see what he can do. He has been struggling in Mexico this year in Liga MX. They got him from Atletico Madrid, obviously, at the beginning of this season in 2025. And he's disappointed, I'm pretty sure, this second half of the season. So we'll see. I know Brunetta is probably considered their best player at this point. I'm surprised not to see Diego Lainez starting. I'm very surprised not to see him in the starting 11. I thought he probably would. But this is a team that's not as scary as they once were talking about Tigres. They're not what they were even 5 or 6 years ago. I think they won the Champions Cup about 5 or 6 years ago against LAFC, but they're not as good as they once were, but they're still like sneaky good. And I was talking to someone earlier on X. I was just saying, I said, if Nashville SC wants to win this game, and we got plenty of time to ask you guys what your predictions are for this game, because I'd love to know what you guys think is the scoreline is going to be and see what you think Nashville SC has to do to win this game. But where was I going with that? I'm so sorry. Nashville SC, the last couple games, have won in the Concacaf narrowly. They won 1-1 against Inter Miami, and they won on aggregate because they had the away goal. They beat Club America 1-0 on aggregate. So they haven't really wowed teams. They haven't been scoring troves of goals against teams. And so they've had very, very marginal wins, right? Tigres, on the other hand, have been scoring crazy amounts of goals, but they've also conceded a lot of goals, right? They've also conceded a lot of goals. When you look at the series against Cincinnati, they conceded 3 goals in the first leg. They were down 3-0. And then in the second leg, they won 5-1, which is literally the minimum they had to score to win that series. So they had an incredible comeback against Cincinnati. And then they played against Seattle, where they won 2-0 at home against Seattle. And they lost 3-1 at Seattle for the second leg. They got that away goal, which helped them win on aggregate. But that was a very scary game for Tigres, because Seattle was really threatening at the end, and they were making an incredible comeback. So if Tigres can manage Nashville SC and not let them score a lot of goals, like, at least I'm thinking if they can prevent them from scoring at least 2 goals, then they probably have a good chance, because they have just really struggled on the road in CONCACAF. So I had said, and I'm curious, I want to hear you guys chime in on this and tell me what your prediction is going to be for this game. But I said that if Nashville SC doesn't come away with at least a 2-0 win in this first leg, they're probably in trouble. They're probably in trouble because Tigres is just so good at home. In their last 2 CONCACAF Champions Cup games, they've outscored their opponents 7-1. 7-1 at home. Now they have in their last 2 matches, they have conceded or they've been scored on 6-1 in their last 2 away games. So they're not very good at away. But that's what I'm saying is that Nashville SC has got to keep that trend going of what we've seen against MLS teams or Tigres against MLS teams in this tournament. They have to keep that going if they want to advance to the next round of the Champions Cup. So I personally think Nashville SC has to win at least 2-0 to have any remote chance against Tigres. Now, it's not necessarily my prediction. That's just what I'm saying they have to do. I'll give my prediction here in a second, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. What do you think the scoreline is going to be for this match? So there's apparently a weather delay. I think it's rain. So I'm not sure. I think it's like there's a short weather delay because of rain. But for everyone who has just tuned into us, all the people who are joining us, please make sure you guys smash the like button down below. It helps us out with the algorithm. We're trying to grow as much as we can. We give you this for free. All I ask for is a like on the link down below or the video down below. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're 25 subs away from 12,600. So make sure you guys smash that subscribe button as well. And we also will have back-to-back watch-along nights. We're going to be doing LAFC and Toluca tomorrow night. Now, it's going to be a late one. It's going to be at 10:30 Eastern time, but it's going to be a hell of a game as well. So just keep that in mind. We're going to be doing back-to-back live watch-alongs, one tonight and one tomorrow. There is a 20-minute, I think, or 30-minute rain delay. I'm not exactly sure what time it's dropping specifically, but we'll see. I think it's supposed to start at 9:00. Okay, let's read some of these scores. Imagine if we get LAFC versus Nashville final. I don't want to get my hopes up on that because, I'm not trying to be disappointed. But I guess that's a realistic possibility. I'm thinking it's more likely it's either going to be MLS versus Liga MX or Liga MX versus Liga MX. But I think that would probably be the least likely outcome, but we'll see. Maybe Surridge is taking a rest because of the schedule congestion like Sun last Saturday. Yeah, but it's weird. They don't even have him listed on the injury report either or anything. He's completely listless. I don't know what's going on with him. Here in Nashville, he has a back problem, day-to-day injury. That's just weird. They don't have him on FOTMob listed at anything. That's interesting. Why do they play Surridge on the wings? I don't think they do play Surridge on the wings. He's the striker. I fancy Nashville tonight. Tigres haven't been good outside of Mexico. Keyshawn says he thinks it's going to be 2-1 Tigres. That would be huge if that was the case for Tigres. Oh, 3-1 Tigres. Oh, damn, that'd be terrible. To be fair, you said the same thing about Club America. Yeah, but to be fair, Club America hasn't been as good in Champions Cup as Tigres. Tigres has scored a lot of goals. Club America didn't even score against Philly, and Philly's been horrible this year. So I think that Tigres is definitely better than Club America. But I'm rooting for Nashville SC to win tonight. I hope they win. I hope that they win tonight. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful to have a all MLS Champions Cup final. That would be awesome. Who wouldn't want that? Unless you're, obviously a Liga MX fan or a fan of either of these teams. But I think who wouldn't want that to happen? I'm rooting for Nashville SC to win tonight. Nashville will win. 1-1 draw. Let's see. Aren't you in Nashville? Well, no, I'm in East Tennessee. I'm in Knoxville. Will the rain help Nashville win? I don't know, honestly. I don't know if it will help. Listen, it's not even about Nashville winning. They have to win by a certain margin because if they don't win by a couple goals in this game and not conceding away goals, they're just in trouble, I think. Nashville has been the best away team of the tournament. They have been very good on the road, but they haven't scored a lot of goals, and that's the problem. They scored 2 goals in the last 2 series or 4 games. They've only scored 2 goals. That's just not ideal, right? It's not ideal, and I do think that Tigres is good. Now, I will say this about Nashville, and I haven't given my score prediction. We got time, so we got plenty of time. I will say this about Nashville. They do have one of the best coaches in MLS and BJ Callahan, who is very, very good. So they do have that going for them. Obviously, that helps a lot. Now, Guido Pizarro has been proven to be a pretty good hire as well for Tigres. I don't remember exactly what round they they advanced to last year. I think was Guido Pizarro. I think maybe he took over during Leagues Cup. I remember it was a tournament with MLS that he was relatively new at the helm as the manager for Tigres. Um, I know he definitely took over last year. I just can't remember if it was Champions Cup. Okay, so it was during Champions Cup. I'm pretty sure that he managed in the Champions Cup for Tigres last year, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go to Tigres' 2025 or 2024, 2025 season to see. But I feel like he had them playing pretty well. Let me scroll through here and see if he did coach them in the Champions Cup. Let me see. 2024, 2025. I could have sworn they played in Champions Cup. Tigres did. I'm not seeing it right now. Did they make it? Okay, I guess they didn't play in Champions Cup. Okay. So it must have been Leagues Cup that I remember seeing him last year, but I thought he did. I think that he. I think he was there and did pretty well during the Leagues Cup in 2020, 2025. All right, let's see. So I think the delay is for 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I'm in Nashville at the Geodis Park. Live update says 8:30 our time now. 8:30 your time? 8:30 your time. Oh my God. So it's going to be an hour delay? Wow. 1 hour delay? That would be crazy. Is it actually, can anyone confirm if it's a 1 hour delay? That would be crazy if it's a 1 hour delay. Wow, 9:30? Oh my God, that's crazy. That's a very, very long delay, but I guess it's just because of the weather. I mean, I would restart this if I could, but I don't. We'll just go through it. We'll just stay on here until the game kicks off. But there's a 1 hour delay apparently, so kickoff's not going to start until 9:30, which is a little frustrating. But I understand if there's lightning that they have to obviously make sure that the players and the fans are safe in the stadium. But I guess we'll just see what happens. Hopefully, there's no further delays. I didn't. I mean, the weather's been kind of bad in Tennessee all day today. So not too surprising. I have a feeling if Nashville tie this game 0-0, they'll win the next game. If you look at all their wins after 0-0 draws, they win the next one for some odd reason. Yeah, now that is true. Cali Rex, that is true. If it is 0-0, I think maybe they do have a chance. But if I still think 2-0 would have to be would be a more favorable uh setup for them heading into the second match because they don't. I'm just it like obviously if they play at Tigres and they score a goal, they get an away goal advantage. I'm just worried that the wheels could fall off. I mean, that Tigres game in Cincinnati was really bad. I mean, the wheels fell off. The wheels fell off against Tigres at for Cincinnati. I mean, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. And they should have never lost that. They were up 3-0. They were up 3-0 in that series and they ended up losing it. So that's the only concern I have is just how you need to try to have as much of a lead as you possibly can get heading into that second leg. And so I think 2-0 is the bare minimum they need, because Tigres scored at least 2 goals at home in their last two home games in the Concacaf Champions Cup. And I just wouldn't want to bet on trying to beat them at Tigres. Now, Nashville SC did do something historic. They did beat Club America. They were the first team ever in Champions League history, maybe the first MLS team in any game to beat Club America at home, which is very impressive, obviously. But I just wouldn't want to bet on that. I really wouldn't want to bet on doing that. I think if they have if they have a 2-0 lead, I would feel much better about that heading into that second leg. And I did say this in the preview. If you guys haven't watched, I did say this in the preview with Eric Gomez, my friend from ESPN Deportes. I did say that I think that Nashville SC do have a better chance than LAFC in the Champions League Cup or Champions Cup. I think they have a better chance because I think that Tigres is not as good as Toluca, obviously. So I do think Nashville SC have a chance. I do think they have a chance. Now, if you want to know my score prediction, I think it's probably going to be 2-1. I don't know I think it'd be 2-1. I think it's going to be 2-1 Nashville SC. I think Tigres is going to get an away goal tonight. I think it's going to be 2-1 Nashville SC over Tigres. But that away goal is like almost a goal and a half, right? So if Tigres scores in the next game and they win 1-0, it's over. They won on aggregate. So I think that's my score prediction. I think it's going to be 2-1 Nashville wins, but that away goal might come back to haunt them. And then next week they got to go to Monterrey, which is where Tigres is at, and they have to win that second leg outright, or prevent them from, or they're going to have to score a goal to at least tie it up if Tigres were to score. It's heartbreaking, and look, we got plenty of time, right? Like I said, we got plenty of time. There's going to be another 48 minutes until this game kicks off because of the rain delay or the lightning delay. We got 60 people in here, which is pretty good considering the game isn't even going to be starting for another hour. But guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. It helps us out. Also, smash the subscribe button. We got a lot of people watching, it says, that aren't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We got a lot of content, a lot of Champions Cup stuff on the horizon. Got a Montreal video dropping Thursday. I also, just to share with you, a little bit of not breaking news, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have Bob Bradley on at some point in the next couple of weeks to preview the World Cup, which is really cool to have a former World Cup manager come on and talk with me about the preparation for the World Cup and stuff. So that all is coming up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you don't miss any of that type of coverage or new videos. But while we're waiting, let's look up the last couple years in the Champions Cup. Let's look at the last couple years and just kind of see how it's unfolded, because that's my point of kind of, I don't want to say being pessimistic, but a little bit of concern, because we've seen numerous times where MLS might have been in a good spot and then they just don't come up. They don't succeed, right? They don't succeed. So historically in this tournament, MLS has been pulverized by Liga MX. I mean, let me pull this up too, because I want to show you guys this. I want us to look at this together while we're waiting. I want to pull up the results and the score, or the finals, so you guys can kind of visualize and see it with me. That way we can kind of visualize and see how it's unfolded. Let me pull this up real quick. All right, let's see. Hopefully you guys can see this. All right, let's see. So obviously in the teens, we were just getting smoked. 2010, 2011, RSL made it. They lost 3-2 on aggregate. So that was the first one. That's the first final MLS had made since 2000. They hadn't made a Champions League / Cup final since 2000. 2010 2011 was the first one they made. Then they went on another dry spell for 4 years. And then in 2014, 2015, Club America played Montreal. Montreal was just like kind of like the unsung hero that season. Very random team to make it to the final in the Champions League. And they lost 5-3 on aggregate to Club America. And then we went on another dry spell for 2 years. And now this is where things really started to accelerate. This is where MLS really started to this is where MLS really started to compete and start making finals more frequently. In 2018, Toronto FC lost to Chivas. They lost to them on I think it was on PKs. It was 3-2 or 3-3 on aggregate, and it went to penalties, and they lost to Chivas, which was heartbreaking because that was probably the best. I wouldn't say it's the best chance, but it was one of the better opportunities an MLS team has had at winning it, and it was a really good Champions League team, guys. It was really good. Jovinko and them, so good. Very, very good. Yeah, Bob is on a world tour. Yeah, I appreciate that, by the way. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So Toronto FC was like one of the best teams that had a chance of winning it, and they lost on penalties. And then, as you can see, and I'll zoom in on this so you guys can see a little better. 2019, MLS missed it, and then in 2020, and by the way, 2020 was the first year where they went to single match. They didn't go to two legs. Tigres beat LAFC 2-1, which was heartbreaking for LAFC. That was a very good team. Speaking of Bob Bradley, he coached that team. They unfortunately came up short against Tigres 2-1. And then in 2021, Monterrey beat Club America. This was another tournament final where it was just Liga MX versus Liga MX. But that was the last time it happened, was in 2021. In 2022, Seattle beat Pumas 5-2 on aggregate to become the first MLS team to win the Champions Cup in 21 years. 21 years, which is crazy. Some people will say that was a weaker tournament, like Pumas was one of the weaker final teams for Liga MX, and that there's probably some truth to that. But either way, it doesn't matter. There's been some weak teams in MLS to make it to the final, and they don't say that when Liga MX wins it. So a win is a win. Seattle wins it. They win the first Champions Cup in 21 years. Then at that point, I myself was starting to get a little bit more arrogant. I thought that this was a turning point for MLS and that they were going to start winning the tournament more frequently. And we'll talk about it here in a second what happens. But in 2023, Lyon plays LAFC, and they played two legs. That's weird. They played two legs in these. I don't understand why they went back to that and then left it again. That's weird. I guess that's true. They did play two legs in that. That's very odd. But Lyon won 2-1 on the first leg, and then they won 1-0 on the second leg, and LAFC lost 3-1 on aggregate, and Lyon was the champions of the Concacaf Champions Cup. Actually, I think that was the last year it was the Champions League. Then in 2024, Columbus Crew, Wilfred Nazi goes on to play Pachuca, and I thought that they were going to win this. They were going to win this trophy. I really thought they were going to win this trophy, and then Pachuca absolutely dominated them, 1-3-0. And there was rumors about Columbus Crew having some food poisoning, and I'm not really sure what the deal was with that, but either way, they lost 3-0. So it is what it is. And that was a heartbreaking loss because the Crew were really good. The Crew were very, very good that season. The Crew were very, very good that season. So they lost, right? 3-0. And then last year, Vancouver, the surprise of the season in MLS, makes their way to the final. They knocked off like Inter Miami. I think they knocked off a Liga MX team on the way up to the final. But either way, they were the dark horse or the sleeper team that made it all the way to the final in the Champions Cup. They played Cruz Azul. A lot of people thought they had a chance to win that game, and they lost 5-0. So MLS has just had this bad run where they've had a team make it to the final, but they don't close the deal outside of Seattle. So I just want to show all that, kind of preface the background of this, because I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but we just have some PTSD when it comes to the Champions Cup. A lot of PTSD when it comes to the Champions Cup because of past games. So I'm a little timid when it comes to saying we're going to win. I do think this is one of the more favorable chances we've had. But the problem is that I think Toluca is very good. Toluca is a very good team. And I think Toluca is going to give us issues. Toluca is, let me see if I can pull up the 2026 or 2020. Yeah, 2026. I think Paulinho is the Golden Boot leader right now. Let me see if I can find the stats on this. Let's see, Champions Cup. Here we go. Yeah, so Paulinho has 6 goals. Gabriel Peck has 6 goals, but the competition's a little different. I think that Toluca's played better teams. But Toluca has been a really, really formidable team in Liga MX and in the Champions Cup. Now, people will say that Toluca's been slipping a little bit in Liga MX. I haven't followed them too closely in their league play, but if you look at it, they were playing San Diego, and San Diego was a good team. That San Diego beat them 3-2 with 2 red cards in the first game at home. And a lot of people thought, man, is San Diego going to knock off Toluca in the first round or the round of 16, which was Toluca's first round? Are they going to knock them off in the first round? And then Toluca just pummels them in the second leg 4-0. Wins aggregate 6-3. That was a bad sign. Then the second leg, they could play the LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy has the most, this is a joke. Look at this. Look at their path they had to play. They played a Panamanian team at first, which, they're competitive, like no disrespect to them. Then they played a team from Jamaica called Mount Pleasant. Never even heard of this club before. So they coasted by to the quarterfinals. They played Toluca, and the first game they scored 2 goals at Toluca, which is very big because having the 2 away goals. So the score, the aggregate was 4-2 in the first leg. 4-2, right? And I thought they might have a chance. They're going to have a strong showing at home. And then they just get pummeled at home 3-0. They lose 3-0 at home, embarrassing fashion. Didn't score a single goal and lost 7-2 on aggregate. Toluca just absolutely walloped the last 2 teams. The last 2 teams they won on aggregate 13-5. 13-5. LAFC played Real España, win 7-1. Then play Alajuelense, win 3-2, struggled in that. Played Cruz Azul and actually looked really good against Cruz Azul. I don't really know how good Cruz Azul has looked. Now, Cruz Azul obviously won the Champions Cup last year. I don't know how well Cruz Azul has been playing in Liga MX this year. I think they've struggled quite a bit, actually. So that was an impressive win to win on aggregate 4-1, but LAFC has been struggling lately, and Toluca hasn't. So it's going to be a very tall task for LAFC to beat this team, which we're going to do. We're going to talk about that. We're going to do that game tomorrow night. So that's what makes me nervous. This is a heavy hitter. Nashville SC has a more favorable opponent, but they're going to have to start scoring more goals. They're going to have to start scoring more goals. They did in the first round. They played Atletico Ottawa, but come on, it's a Canadian Premier League team. They should be beating them. They won 7-0 on aggregate, but these other 2 score lines, the 1-1 went on aggregate against Inter Miami, and then the 1-0 in 2 legs against America is what is concerning. So we'll just have to see. Kenny, my friend, what's going on? Good to see you. Did you watch the PSG Bayern Munich game today? I did watch that. That was crazy. It was like 4-2, right? It's like 4-2, and I think I went to the bathroom and I came back and it was like 5-4. I was gone for like a few minutes, and it was like absolutely insane game. Absolutely insane game. I'm pretty sure it was 4-2 PSG. And I went to the bathroom. I don't know if maybe it wasn't exactly going to the bathroom. It was maybe it was like 5-2. Might have been 5-2. And then they scored. Yeah, it was 5-2. And then Bayern Munich scored like 2 goals like within 3 minutes when I went to the bathroom. And I thought they were going to maybe make a comeback and win this series or this first leg. It was one of the better games I've seen in a while. It was a very entertaining game. I had a lot of fun watching it. I had a lot of fun watching that game. They kind of remind me of the Inter Milan and Miami game last year? Or not Miami. Inter Milan and Barcelona game last year. I think that's what it reminded me of. It was like, I'm trying to remember what the aggregate was. I think it was it 4-4 in the first game? It was something crazy. Absolutely insane. To our friend in the chat who's at the game, I'm sorry, I forgot the user's name. I think it was Bennett. If you're at the game still, will you let us know if it still says that it's going to kick off at 9:30? Will you let us know if it's still on time to kick off at 9:30, the Nashville SC game? I'm going to go ahead and share this tab again. Just curious to make sure we're still on pace to start the game at 9:30. I don't even see the Champions Cup as an option here anymore on YouTube TV. I'll have to search it and see. Read some more questions if you guys have any. Let's see. Get rid of the way goal rule. I agree with that. Mr. says MLS have caught up a long way. Mexican clubs used to be way further ahead. That is definitely true. Just have to start winning the Champions Cup. Just have to start winning. I was happy when Leon beat Chivas USA. Let's go Tigres. We need our revenge for 2020. That's true. I didn't really think about that. As a Mexican, I hate Pumas with all my heart since 2022 for losing that final. Yeah, that was definitely they were the first team to lose it in like 20 years. MLS needs to remove the salary cap and you'll have North American Premier League. That's probably true. This is the year an MLS team wins it for sure. I feel it in my soul. I hope you're right. I'm a little pessimistic, but I hope you're right. Nashville misses too many open chances. We'll see how Hany Mukhtar plays because he's been better lately, but he's got to see him doing it consistently. Live update from Geodis Park. Players coming back out to warm up. That's awesome. Appreciate the update. Now that was 6 minutes ago, so I appreciate that update. I think we got a couple people in the chat, maybe at Geodis Park, which is cool. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. LAFC says people are saying Toluca has been slipping in Liga MX, but in Mexico they're saying the same about LAFC and MLS. That's true. It was 5-2 at one point. 5-2 at one point. Were we talking about something else? I might have missed something. Maybe it was we were talking about something a few minutes ago. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the Bayern Munich game. Yes, that's true. Which one of these youngsters in MLS do you think is the most ready for Europe? Oh, man. I think there's a couple. I think Julian Hall is ready. I think Mehmeti could be ready. I think Chris Brady, if you want to consider him young, I mean, he's 22 years old as a goalkeeper. I think Gozo could definitely play abroad. I think there's several players that are ready to go to Europe. But it says one of the issues MLS faces is that the salary cap forces good teams each year to sell depth for GAM. I mean, look at the Galaxy. They won the championship and had to sell. Now they are bang average. Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're terrible. The Arsenal Atletico Madrid game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to be watching that. Our good friend, Mr. who's recovering. Hopefully his team does not, hopefully they don't do him wrong tomorrow. It was a magnificent game. The second leg will be fire. I do agree with that. Cruz Azul just recently won their first game after nine winless matches. This was after sacking their coach. Fox Sports 1 is showing World Cup related content at the moment. Yeah, I think they were. Let's see. When do you think about the what do you think about the low ticket sales for the U.S. World Cup games? I'm not surprised. I think they're going to eventually go down because I don't think people are going to overpay for. They're going to overpay for the tickets. They're going to spend $3,000 or $2,000 to watch a game. You could buy a nice TV and just watch the whole thing at home. So I think they're going to continue to decrease. They go down in value. I don't know how much, but I do think they'll start to go down in value, which is good for the consumer. Obviously, they're way ridiculous. I thought I was going to go to the World Cup. Honestly, I really thought when it was announced in 2018 I was going to go, but I'm not going to be able to. It's too expensive. It is just luck to min CCC by MLS. I think you meant win. Big difference salary caps. How to dream to dominate the CCC. How to dream to dominate the CCC. I think it might eventually happen. As an Americanista, the rest of this tournament is just a hate watch. Not gonna lie. Hey, I respect it. I think Mehmeti is a higher level prospect than Hall. I think Mehmeti is very good. I think he's got great vision. I think he's a clean passer. I think he's younger. I think he's only 17 and Julian Hall's 18. I think he's a true playmaker. I just think he's got a lot of composure and he plays smarter than his age, if that makes any sense. Not to say you can't play smart when you're young, but it's like experience, right? So I agree with that. I think Mehmeti is very good, and I think that he could be playing in Europe right now. Now, what level? That's debatable. but I think that he could be playing in Europe, and I think that I think Julian Hall could too. Julian Hall's start to the season does remind me of Robbie Fowler first broke into the Liverpool team. There's been some I don't want to say debate, but some not bad blood either. There's been some rumors about Julian Hall possibly playing for Poland because I think his mom is Polish, and that's got some USMNT fans upset. Oh, excuse me, had a sneeze. But there's some there's rumors about him playing for Poland, which has got some people upset, some USMNT fans. So hopefully he doesn't have the chance to. Well, I mean, he can have the chance, but hopefully he ends up playing for the USMNT, gets capped with the USMNT, and not for Poland. I mean, he does. He has played for the the youth national team. But we'll see. I mean, I think Julian Hall could be playing in the Eredivisie. I think he could be playing in the Polish league. I forgot what it's called. Like, is it called like the League Liechtenstein? I don't remember how to pronounce the league. I know it starts with an E. I think he may be playing the Belgian Pro League. I think that's probably the level he's at right now. I don't think he necessarily could be playing in a top 5 league, but I think if he could play in one of those leagues and play for a couple of years, he could ascend and maybe play maybe in a top 5 league. But I think he's got a lot of potential. I like Julian Hall a lot, but I like Gozo and Mehmeti better and more. But we'll see what happens with them. I don't know if Gozo is going to be there at the this summer. I think maybe they might sell him. Also think that they might sell. He's not American, but if we're talking about young players, I do think David Martinez could be sold. He's 20 years old. I think he's going to have some offers and suitors this summer abroad. So I think he could maybe leave LAFC. I think that could definitely happen. Atlanta beat Charlotte 2-0. I did watch the end of that on the U.S. Open Cup. Should Yunus Musa go to MLS? I don't know if it would really help Yunus, honestly, just because I just think this coach, obviously, Pochettino doesn't really like him, like for the team, or doesn't rate him. But once the new coach comes in, I think that the slate is wiped clean, and he's only 23 years old. I think Yunus Musa is. It's hard to believe that Yunus Musa is only 23 years old. That's actually insane when you think about it. But I think that he's just too young to come to MLS at this point. I think that he'll end up staying in Europe, and he'll probably end up getting another move. I know he's on loan right now at Atalanta, so we'll see what happens with him. I don't think he's going to come to MLS. I think he's too young. He's only 23 years old. I think he'll probably get another move somewhere else and see if that can helps reignite his career. Not that he's been bad, but and plus when there's a new coach, the slate's wiped clean. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. If U.S. Soccer fumble Hall or Mehmeti, it should be disbanded. Yeah, I think that. But there was that picture today of Julian Hall's mom holding a kit for Poland. She met I don't know if it was the football president. I think maybe they met him. She met him today, and they discussed the possibility. They discussed the possibility of him playing for the national team, and she went to go talk on, I don't know if his behalf or whatever, but I thought that was interesting. And then Mehmeti could play for Albania. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he plays for us. Does MLS get a majority of the prize money if MLS teams go far in the Club World Cup? Because that prize money is a huge incentive for MLS teams that they make it far. Does MLS get the majority of the prize money? No, I don't think so. I think the team gets it. I think the team gets the whole entire sum of the money. What about the American kid who decided to represent Bosnia? I forgot his name. Yeah. Oh God, who was that? I know who you're talking about. He plays at PSV. Went to the Revolution. His name will come to me. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, he's. Well, I mean, he obviously can't. He can't represent us now. He's got like He's got like over 10 plus caps for Bosnia. Esmir, yeah. Esmir, yeah, I don't think yeah, he's not coming. He's it's over with. That does suck to lose him though. He looked like a promising player. I think he's been pretty good at PSV. Nashville SC and Tigres players are back on the field and doing final warm. It's awesome. Well, hopefully it starts before 9:30, but if it doesn't, it's cool. I mean, it is crazy. We've been streaming for 45 minutes and the game hasn't started, but it's fine. I mean, we've had plenty of stuff to talk about. We've had plenty of stuff to talk about. MLS gets a big cut of money prizes. Are you sure about that? I don't know if that's I don't know if that's 100% true. Maybe they might get a small sliver, but I think that the clubs get most of the money. So I don't know if MLS gets cut or not. Everything I've heard of Mehmeti is he has zero interest in Albania, but he's trying to use dual citizenship to play on youth levels, play up on youth levels. Don't know how true that is. To be fair, I haven't heard that about the using the dual citizenship maybe to play for Albanians. I'm not sure. They said that the Club World Cup MLS did get more money than Miami or the Sounders. If that's true, that's messed up. That's terrible. That is messed up if that's true. No, I know it's close entity, but like I don't think MLS gets a cut of like the teams selling their jerseys at their shops and stuff. Like, even though it's technically under the same umbrella, there's not a lot of transparency, to be fair. There's not a lot of transparency on how they divvy up the splits. So I'm not sure. By the way, guys, we did a live watch on the other night, and there was bad weather. I disconnected. I had issues on the stream. So hopefully, with the bad weather, it's coming from Western or Middle Tennessee over this way, doesn't knock anything out and us lose our stream. Hopefully, but I guess we'll just see. I guess we will just see. So it looks like the last update we had from someone said that they were coming on the field. Both teams are coming on the field to do final warm-ups. I'm not sure how far final warm-ups are from the game actually starting. They were saying that there was an hour rain delay or weather delay from the thunder and the lightning. So we should be close to getting underway, which is going to be exciting. I mean, look, I'm excited about this game. It's not going to be as good as probably the PSG game, obviously, but this game means something. That's the most important thing. Regardless of result, the game means something. It's a chance to win the Champions League or make it to the final, the Champions Cup final. So there's a lot to play for tonight. Doesn't matter what the result is. It's going to have an impact on the tournament, and it could possibly put MLS one step closer to being champions of Champions Cup once again. So that's the most exciting part about it. That's the most exciting part about it, is that it puts MLS closer to being the champs of the region once again. And also too, it'd be nice to win this tournament one more time before we do the schedule change. That'd be very nice. We're doing the half schedule in 2027. I don't remember the half season, or what do they call it? There was sprint season. So it's like early February to May, 14 games. So it's going to be kind of a sneak peek of what it's going to be like when we go to our new calendar. It is kind of crazy when you think about it that we're going to have an MLS Cup in December, and then we're going to turn around and have another one in May. That's like the quickest turnaround ever for a MLS Cup. Who is your MLS MVP frontrunner so far? Who is my MVP MLS? Who is my runner or my front runner for MVP so far? All right, let me think about this for a second. I haven't really thought about awards yet, just because it's so early. Who is my MVP or front runner for MVP so far? You know, three names came to mind. Now, the team's kind of struggled lately, so I guess one of them probably wouldn't be in contention because of that. Um, MVP so far, I'm probably going to get cooked for this, but the two names that stand out to me so far is I think Timo Werner has been very good for San Jose. I mean, they won some games without him, but he's probably been their best player on the best team in the league. So I feel like you got to give him his flowers for that. He's been very incredible so far this year. But Hugo Kuipers is another guy. Hugo Kuipers has like 8 or 9 goals. Chicago's in third place in the Eastern Conference. They're playing very well right now. He's on pace to score like close to 30 goals this year. We'll see if he does. But I think that Kuipers and I think that Timo Werner are probably the two guys that stick out of like in that MVP conversation so far because their teams have been playing really well. And it's not always about statistics. It's also about how good your team's playing and how important you are to that team. And some of people might say Sam Surridge because he's got 9 goals. He's tied for the Golden Boot lead. But if you think about it, Nashville SC have been winning without him. So I feel like that kind of hurts the argument of him being the most valuable player. So I wouldn't probably put him in there. Nico Fernandez was my guy that I was thinking of that maybe could have won it, but New York City FC haven't been playing very well lately. So it's kind of tanked his stock a little bit. So I would probably say right now it's between Hugo Kuipers and I would say it's probably between Hugo Kuipers and probably Timo Werner. A good shout for a player who's been balling out, though, is Peter Musa. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being sold this summer to maybe a Premier League team for a decent fee, like maybe $18 to $20 million. So we'll see. We'll see what happens this summer with them. I mean, Hugo Kuipers is probably, or not Hugo Kuipers. Peter Musa is going to be probably play for. I would assume he's playing for Croatia in the World Cup. I would assume he's going to play for them, which could help his stock depending on how he plays in the World Cup. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I would assume he's going to get called up in the World Cup. I could be wrong, but I think there's a chance he will get called up. I think there's a good chance. The J League are doing a sprint season right now. Yeah, I remember them announcing that a couple years back, and I was so jealous of them that they were doing that because I really wanted MLS to obviously switch to the different calendar. So I'm glad that we finally did. So I'm glad that we're pretty close to switching similar to the similar timeline to them of when it's switched. What does their sprint season look like? Is it similar to half? Is it like a half year? Let's see. Okay, so they're doing it. Okay, I see it now. What you're saying, yeah, February 6th to June 7th. Interesting. So it's crazy. They had the same exact schedule as us before, February to December, and now they're going to like we said, the sprint season, and then they're going to the Euro calendar, which is nice. Do you think any big names might be coming to MLS after the World Cup? I think several big names could be coming to MLS after the World Cup. I think that it's going to be one of the best off seasons. Well, it's not off season because it's the middle of MLS season, but it's one of the best. I think it's going to be one of the best summer windows MLS has ever had, is what I should say. I think it's going to be one of the best summer windows MLS has ever had. And I think there's going to be, I do think there's an outside possibility that Mo Salah still comes here. I think there's an outside possibility. Now, if you read that article that article on The Athletic, they said that it's going to be tough because Al Nassr and a couple other Saudi teams are interested in him. But I do think that they have a chance to get him still because they're going to make they say they might even give him like a Beckham level deal, Messi level deal, where they give him maybe like partial ownership in a franchise like San Diego FC might do something like that. and give him a sweetheart deal. So I think Mo Salah could come to MLS, and if he does, that's going to be very good for the appeal of the league. It's just another big name that people are going to tune in to watch. I mean, they've already got Griezmann coming over. They've already got Sonny over here. They got Messi over here. They got Mo Salah and a couple others. And I think they could get someone to come over here who is not only good with the big name, but could also maybe lure someone over here who's younger. Lure someone over here who's a little bit they would be considered to come over to MLS too early. Like they're still too good to play in this league is what they would say. I think they could be signing some guys like that possibly. Huge deals. Huge deals. Financially is what I mean when I say huge deals. So hope at Nashville beats Tigres. We best to Luca. We'll see what happens. When we switch the start of the season, will the CCC have the same format as the Champions League? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I would like to see them go back to the group stage setting. That's more fun, I think. I'm not sure. They might do another revision to the Champions Cup. Back in the day, probably 7, 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. No, it was probably 10 years ago, actually. 9 or 10 years ago, the final was in was the final in May? The final was always in May. But they'd have to play the group stage in like December and November, when MLS is at almost the end of their season and focusing on the playoffs. So then they got rid of the group stage like 7, 8, 9 years ago and just went to this new format. So I don't know what they're going to do. MLS teams could raid Tottenham if they go down. I'm going to be honest with you. I would be very shocked if Tottenham didn't go down, because if you look at they're in 18th right now. West Ham has a 2-point advantage. I think they still play each other. Did they play each other recently? I guess they don't play each other. They got Aston Villa, Leeds, Chelsea, Everton. None of the teams that they play are below them. So I think Tottenham is probably screwed. I think Tottenham is screwed. That's crazy. That whole situation is absolutely insane. That whole situation's absolutely insane. Do you think the CCC would be better without the away goal rule? Of course, I do. I think for sure. For sure, it would be better, because the away goal rule really, it sucks. I wouldn't say it's not fair, but it really screws things up. It really screws things up. The away goal rule does. Timer at Geodis Park says 11 minutes to kick off. That's awesome. By the way, I appreciate you. Is it Saudade? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but I'll call you Sal. Sal, appreciate you for updating us at the stadium, man. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Champions Cup needs a rebrand format appearance-wise. I don't think the imagery and music is that great. Yeah, I mean, that's not that big of a deal to me, but I understand what you're saying. They definitely need to make it feel like it's a bigger deal. One thing that I would like to do, is have better broadcasting partners, because sometimes the games are on FS2. They're hard to watch. Now, people watching it abroad, it's watched on the YouTube page, but for Americans and maybe even people in like Mexico, well, maybe not in Mexico. Mexico, I think it's on Univision or Unimas or something like that. I can't remember what the station is it's on in Mexico, but either way, I think maybe it's a little bit easier to find, but they need to have it on a better network. Definitely not Apple TV. I don't think Apple TV should be on there, but they should have it on something a little bit better with better production, because the commentating is lackluster, I think, a lot of times. I'm curious to see if John Strong's going to be doing this game with Sue Holden tonight or if they'll do it tomorrow, the Toluca game. But I think that the coverage needs to be better, and I think it needs to be on a better network. I think so. FS2, whereas a lot of the earlier games are on, it's very hard to find. Some people don't even have FS2. You're welcome. Love your videos and live streams. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Good luck to your team tonight, by the way. I hope Nashville SC wins tonight. I really hope they win. I really hope they win. I hope at least, guys, even if we lose the Champions Cup again, which I hope we don't, I just hope that a team makes it. Just to give us a chance. I just hope one MLS team makes it. And if two MLS teams make it, that'd be incredible. Now, here's the question. I've never asked you guys this before. I was just thinking about this earlier, when I was talking to someone. If two MLS teams make it, right? If two MLS teams make it, is this better than the MLS Cup final? If Nashville SC were to play LAFC in the Champions Cup final, is that a bigger deal than the MLS Cup final? Is this, in my opinion, it is, but I'm curious if you guys think that as well. I do feel for Xavi Simons, though. He tore his ACL on Saturday and he's out for the World Cup. Yeah, that's a huge loss for the Netherlands. He was so good at, was it PSV? He was on loan. He had like 18 goals on that 1 year on loan from PSG. And then he got sold. Was it to Leipzig? He didn't play well there. Obviously went to Tottenham this year. I thought that was a huge signing for them. And he just had a bad luck. I think it was a bad fit. Tottenham is just a dumpster fire right now, and the fans are so toxic. No offense to the fans of not all of Tottenham fans are, but there's a faction that are super toxic, and they have just ruined that team. They've ruined that team. Will, what do you think of Max Brettos defending MDS? He said he was doing a good job because all that matters is that they're winning games, even though Denis and Sonny aren't performing. I think that. Well, it's funny. Some people that I'm friends with have started to say that they think that Marc Dos Santos is not doing good and they have concerns about him, which wasn't the case. That wasn't the case a couple of weeks ago or months ago. I've been pretty consistent on him. The attack doesn't work. And we'll talk about this more tomorrow because I want to preview that more and kind of save it for when we do which I hope to see you, Crystalline. I hope to see you at the LAFC watch along tomorrow against Toluca, but I just don't think the formation works. And I will be curious to see how LAFC look without Denis Bouanga. I'll be curious to see how they look with him. My screen just went off. There he goes. I'll be curious to see what they look like without Denis, and just have Sonny up top, see how they play. Because I do think they haven't been good for each other this year. But the coaching's been bad. No bigger than MLS Cup. However, if the two MLS teams make Copa Libertadores final, then that's way more than MLS Cup. So you don't think that the Champions Cup is bigger than MLS Cup? That's interesting. Let me put this on FS1 real quick because I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything while we're chatting. Let's see. FS1. Okay, so they're saying 9:25 now. Okay, cool. Is this live right now? Is this actually live? I guess it is live because I just texted. I texted Alexi Lawless to see if he wanted to come on and do. I've been texting him, and he texted me a few minutes ago, so I didn't know if this was live because I just saw him on TV or on the screen. So let's see. Tactical manager says that Canadian teams should not be in MLS. Thoughts? I disagree with that. I posted about this online. I don't think there's any problem with it because it's not like we have all Canadian teams in MLS. They have their own separate league. We just have their three biggest markets. Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. I don't see any problem with that. My God, this is a horrible game. This, as far as like the weather conditions, it is like pouring right now. Our friend who's at the game, kudos to him for being at this game. It is absolutely monsooning right now. And they're starting to walk out right now. So the game looks like it's about to start. So we'll finally get to watch this game. But my God, I feel for the players. I really feel for the fans because they're, obviously they're doing this out of love. The players are getting paid. This is their job. And it is monsooning right now at Geodis Park. It is pouring rain right now at Geodis Park. Players walking out. Let's go, Nashville. Rah. Let's see. I don't think so. I feel like most teams take the MLS Cup more seriously than anything else. That's probably true, but this is a bigger trophy. Like if you win this trophy, this is the biggest trophy you could possibly win, in my opinion. And for teams in North America. The players are about to walk out of the tunnel, which is good. Detroit and Buffalo should be in the CPL. That'd be kind of funny. The CCC final should be a neutral venue. That's true. That's true. But the problem is they don't think many people would show up to it. But I disagree with that because I think that if I were a fan of either team, I would show up to it. I would go to Texas or Mexico, wherever it would be. That's the problem, though, is if it was a neutral site, it probably would be in the United States, which they would say is unfair. So the neutral site is obviously what I would like long term. By the way, totally random, but does anyone know where the final is supposed to be this year for the Champions League? Where it's supposed to be? Is it? I don't remember where it's. Is it supposed to be in Italy this year or Spain? I don't remember where the final is supposed to be for the Champions League. We're about to kick off too. By the way, the teams are out. We're finally about to get this game started and kicked off. It's pouring rain right now. I'm curious though if anyone knows where the Champions League final is supposed to be this year in 2026. Do you think Inter Miami can win CCC next year if they manage to qualify? Probably not, because I don't know what their coaching situation is going to be, and I just think that they struggle with this tournament early on in the year. Like they just don't play their best ball early in the season. Oh, Budapest, really? Wow. So it's in Hungary? Huh. So Budapest or Prague? That's interesting. That's interesting. Budapest. That's pretty cool. What's up, guys? Going back and forth with this game in Boca versus Cruzeiro. Appreciate you for stopping by. Antonio Banderas 7810, my friend. Appreciate it. Budapest, Hungary. Puskas Arena. That's pretty cool. Thoughts on you thinking Hany Mukhtar is washed? Let's see how he plays tonight. He's had some bad games this year. You got to be consistent. He's had some good games recently. That's awesome. Knows how he's playing better without Sam Surridge. So we'll see how he plays tonight. This is the biggest game This is the biggest game Nashville SC has ever played in the existence of the club. Every game in this tournament they play from here on out is going to be considered the biggest game ever in the club history. This is a huge game. We'll see how he performs tonight. There was a game against, was it against Miami? It might have been against Miami or I don't know if it was against Miami or Club America. There was a goal he missed. I mean, it was bad. I think it was Miami. He missed a horrible chance. I mean, it was wouldn't call it a sitter, but I mean, he skied it. And this is something that Hany Mukhtar would have clinically finished 3 or 4 years ago. So no hate towards Hany Mukhtar, best player in club history. Just don't think he's as good as he used to be. Now that's true. I don't think he's as good as he used to be. Now the question is, Mister, is Arsenal going to beat? Are they going to beat Atletico tomorrow? Are they going to be Atletico Madrid tomorrow? I'm a little nervous about that. I think that's going to be an absolute. That's going to be a shit fest of a game. I don't think it's going to be high scoring, obviously, because that's not the way that Atletico plays, and that's not the way that Arsenal's been playing. So I don't know how that game's going to go. I could see it being a very ugly game. Tijuana, Mexico. I'm going for Tigres. Ricardo, appreciate you for stopping by. We'll see if Tigres can win. Nashville Open Cup final wasn't the biggest game. No, this is bigger. This is a U.S. Open Cup is cool. That's the biggest trophy they've won so far, but this is way bigger. I would rather make it to the Champions League semifinals than win the U.S. Open Cup because the U.S. Open Cup, winning it, gets you in this tournament. That's why they're in this tournament right now. So winning that trophy gets you a ticket to play in this. It's the semifinals of this game. This is huge. This is the biggest trophy you can win in the entire region, North America. This is the biggest, best trophy. Geodis Park looks really nice right now, by the way. Looks really nice. All right. Kickoff is officially underway. We're an hour behind because of the rain delay, but that's fine. That's fine. We had a good time with each other. We enjoyed our company. Guys, listen, kickoff is officially underway. If you guys haven't already, make sure you smash the like button down below. It helps us out. Let's grow the audience. The game is officially underway. Leg 1, Nashville SC versus Tigres. We're at, let's see how many likes we have so far. I think we're at like 30. We're at 32. Let's try to get to 100 by the end of this live watch along. Smash the like button down below. It's free. It helps us out. Share with a friend. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are 20 subs away from 12,600. Help us out. We're trying to get 20,000 by the end of this year. We got the World Cup and so many big games left this season. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Okay, so Nashville's pressing so far early on. Nashville is a good team, guys. I'm not trying to hate on Nashville. I do think that they lack in talent in certain spots, but I think they're a very well coached team by BJ Callahan. I think he is the best American coach we've had in a very long time. And so I'm a big fan of his. And I do think that he will probably end up being the next national team manager for the U.S. So I think very highly of him. By the way, if Nashville wins, the only thing that's annoying about Nashville right now, there's only one thing that's annoying about them. There's one thing. And maybe it's just me being too much, but there's just one thing that drives me crazy about this team is every time they win a damn game, they always tag Seth, a video of him saying the Norwegian nuisance with his gap between his tooth. And that shit drives me crazy. I'm so tired of seeing that. But other than that, everything is good. But I'm just so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of seeing that post. I'm so sick and tired of seeing that post. I hope so, but at this stage, anything can happen. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Arsenal. I'm rooting for you, man. I really would like to see them win a trophy. I would like to see them win a trophy. It's been too long. I'm going to share a link real quick just to let people know that the game is officially live because obviously there was a rain delay. There was a 1 hour rain delay. Oh, that was a good tackle by Tigres. So Nashville gets a corner. Let's see what they can do. That was a good tackle, though. That was a very good tackle. Dangerous spot to be tackling, but that was a clean tackle. All right, Christian Espinosa is taking the corner. All right, let's see what Nashville can do. Love the fans being there. Oh. No one's able to get onto it. Nashville SC keeps possession. Andy Nahar, great story. Up and cut. Guy who was peaked, got hurt. Looked like he was done, and he came back. And he, made a great comeback, Andy Nahar. I think he might have been Nashville's best player last year. Destroyed his knee, came back to MLS after playing at Anderlecht for several years. Played for DC United, played for LAFC again, or played for DC United again, played for LAFC. I think he went back to Honduras, came back to Nashville, I think on a trial. Incredible story for him. Trying so hard to watch this match, it's ridiculous. Why is it ridiculous? Espinosa crossing it, no one's there. Andy Nahar with the rebound, kicks it, but it's deflected off Tigres. Hany Mukhtar's on the ball. Ooh, nice turn by Yazbek. Oh, bad pass though. Oh, good defending by Tag Seth. Good steal. Madrigal passes out wide Espinosa. Nashville's looking pretty good so far. Cross. Oh, Hany was trying to get to it, but he wasn't able to get a head on it. That looked like it could have been dangerous. Okay, it's going to be a goal kick. Man, I thought Hany was going to be able to get on the other side of that. That could have been dangerous, though. Let's watch the replay on this. Espinosa with a good curl. Good across. What did it hit? To hit someone? Hit someone's arm? Like the ball looked like it had a deflection. It looked a little weird. So is it a corner? No, okay. So it's not. It's a goal kick. It's hard to see Tigres' numbers too because the blue. Oh, good defending. Alex Will, can he keep it? He does. Oh, Reed Baker Whiting with a cross. Madrigal. Oh, Hany Mukhtar. Nice goal, Hany. The flag's up. Oh, I don't know if he was offside. Let's see. I think he was onside. I think Hany Mukhtar was onside. That's a great start. Let's see. They're going to take it to VAR. Oh, man, this game's a banger. I was a little skeptical because the rain, I thought it was going to be kind of like a slugfest and kind of like, sloppy. But, man, Nashville SC is looking really good right now. Let's see. Oh, so Reed Baker Whiting is while they're offside. Damn it. That's tough luck. Ah. That was so Reed Baker Whiting was offside, which is crazy because he had the cross, but that wasn't the part that was the scoring chance that really made the goal happen. So that's frustrating. That's a frustrating offside call by Nashville SC. Nashville SC definitely has got some pep in their step tonight, though. They're looking good. Schwakey just plays that out. It's going to be a throw in for Tigres. All right, let's see. How offside was he? Man, that was. Yeah, he was definitely offside. That's frustrating, but that's a frustrating offside. But, Nashville SC, like I said, they're looking good so far. That's very unlucky. Very unlucky. 8 minutes in, guys. Very exciting so far from Nashville SC perspective. Oh, I have to mention this too because I haven't said this at all during the stream. Save the caps. Forgot to say that earlier. Save the caps. Well, hopefully the weather's not too bad for you, Angus. Hopefully it's not too crazy bad. Uh-oh. Is that a handball? Nope, no call. Oh, God. Sloppy ball. All right, free kick for Nashville. It's kind of a cluster, you know what, right there. T. Grace is pressing. Uh-oh. Bad pass by Schwaki. Uh-oh. Bad giveaway. Dangerous spot. Oh. It's going to be a corner for T. Grace. An away goal would be killer right now for a T. Grace. It'd be a killer. Alex Mill, I'm very lonely. All right. Corner for Tigres, cleared away. Palacios clears it away, but looks like Tigres is going to keep possession. Nahuel Guzmán is like infamous for me when it comes to Liga MX goalkeepers. Correa, what a great touch by Correa. Great touch by Correa. Brunetta. First ever meeting between Tigres and Nashville SC, which is interesting. First ever meeting. That's pretty impressive. Nashville SC's undefeated at Geodis. Haven't even been down or trailed at all this season. Ooh, good takeaway. Mukhtar plays out wide. Can Espinosa get to it? He can't. It's cleared out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for Nashville SC. It's going to be a throw in for Nashville SC. Let's see what happens. Andy Nahar throws it in. Mukhtar with the ball. Crosses it. Ooh. Madrigal was close. Collected by Guzmán, though. Guzmán boots it deep. That's crazy. No one's won at Tigres. See, that's another thing that's kind of scary. Schwakey, get rid of it. Get out. So no team has ever beaten Tigres at Tigres, which is scary. They don't even be playing the ball in the back too much because they're setting themselves up for turning it over in a dangerous possession. They need to try to get it out quick. Ooh, bad touch by Mukhtar. Turns the ball over. Just have to say what a great bit of business Espinosa was. Oh, absolute steal for Nashville SC from getting him on a free transfer. Absolute steal. Nahar crossing it, looking for Madrigal. Cleared away though by Tigres. Looking for Correa, but too much on it. Reed Baker Whiting gets to it. Yeah, it's back with the ball. Andy Nahar looking for Espinosa. Too much on it. Tigres easily gets to it. Espinosa pushes him in the back. A foul called on Espinosa. Going to be a free kick for Tigres. Chat, how are we thinking so far about this game? Who's you impressed with Tigres or Nashville SC so far? 14 minutes in, which team looks better to you? 14 minutes in between the two clubs. Guzmán, he's getting booed like crazy. Is this the first time they played? I feel like they played in Champions League like 3 years ago. I could be wrong though. All right, free kick for Nashville SC. Called foul on Tigres. I wouldn't call this a free kick in a dangerous spot, but we'll see what Mukhtar does. See if he goes for goal or if he crosses it. Nope, just plays it out wide. Tag Seth. Palacios. Espinosa with the ball. Yazbek with the ball. Pass to Hany. Double team, though. Bad pass. Espinosa on the wing. Right flank. Tries to cross it. Deflect out of bounds. Going to be a throw in for Nashville SC. No, it's going to be Tigres ball. Interesting. It looked like it was off. No, I guess it's not. It is going to be Nashville's ball. The way that the ref like pointed the flag like it was Tigres' ball. All right, and Nahar plays at the Palacios. Plays it back to Schwakey. Schwakey with a bad kick out of bounds. Schwakey's looking kind of shaky. Schwakey's looking shaky so far this game. He's looking very nervous early on, 16 minutes in. Couple bad passes, bad giveaway when they were getting pressed. Schwakey's definitely looking shaky. Let's see. Throw in for Tigres. Hany Mukhtar wins possession. There you go. There's a foul. Slim Schwakey. You know what's funny? The ref didn't even call a foul there, and like everyone knew it was a foul. So even Tigres players were stopping, and they were just like kind of waiting. And then I guess the ref's like, "Oh, I guess it was a foul." Hany Mukhtar has been fouled several times so far. Tag set this down right now. He looks pretty hurt. And by the way, Tag set this. He even wearing shin guards. I think shin guards are a thing of the past. I mean, he literally, if he's got a shin guard on, it's like the smallest shin guard in the history of shin guards. I mean, look at that. That looks like an elbow pad. I'm very surprised there's not more leg breaks in modern ball because the shin guards that they're wearing. Yeah, it looks like Texas coming out for Corcoran. Wow, so Texas is coming out like immediately. Wow, that's interesting loss for Nashville SC to lose tag set that early on. Corcoran's been all right for Nashville. He started a couple games this year for them. Looked like he was holding his hamstring. But the shin guards were very suspect. Thigh strain, two starters out, hill to climb. We'll see. Free kick for Tigres. We'll see if I'm curious if Sam Surridge is going to play in the second leg. Nineteen minutes in. And Mr. says Nashville is looking better so far. I do agree. I think Tigres has settled in a little bit though in the last couple minutes. I'm wondering if it's still raining. I haven't seen a good. I couldn't tell up close if it was still raining. Nashville pressing, causing some issues with Tigres able to get possession back. Ooh, that was a weak pass. Schwecky's able to boot it deep. Espinosa. Nahar, try to cross it. No one's there. Goes into Guzman's hands. Andre Pierre Gignac on the bench. Still surprised he's playing. He's like more of an assistant at this point, like our club ambassador. Foul Nashville is gonna be a free kick for Tigres. I don't see a lot of Tigres fans in the stands. Looks like there's more Nashville SC gear, but there could be a couple Tigres. There might be a couple Tigres kits in the stands. It's kind of empty. Nashville's looking all right so far. Tigres is settling in though. A Tigres fan on Battered MLS fans said that yesterday he wouldn't be surprised to lose 3-0 to Nashville. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, that's a good play right there by Tigres. Correa passes out wide. Good chance. Lays it off. Anyone's going to be there? Oh, tried to do the bicycle. Failed. It was like it was like an old man bicycle. Like he tried. Espinosa lose possession. Too slow. Maybe there is a bunch of Tigres fans there. It's just like the navy blues throw me off. But I think there's more. I feel like they'd be wearing that traditional orange. I don't think there's as many. I don't think there's a lot of Tigres fans at this game. Nashville looks okay so far. Good defending by Reed Baker Whiting. Ooh, bad pass by Reed Baker Whiting, though. Even though Madrigal slipped. Herrera loses possession. Espinosa, good defending. Espinosa trailing, passes out to Mukhtar. Can you keep it in? It's out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for Tigres. Mukhtar getting into it. Ooh, whistling in the air. That would hurt like hell, honestly. Yeah, I guess it's because he booted it out of bounds when it was already out of bounds. Could have been a good chance there for Tigres. Who was it that tried that bicycle? Was that Brunetta? Yeah, Brunetta like did the old man bicycle. He didn't like half tried it. It was like he was scared that someone was charging in on him. Former Orlando player, yeah. Throw in Tigres. Ooh, foul call on Yazbek. Gonna be a free kick for Tigres. 25 minutes in, 0-0. Nashville SC, Tigres tied 0-0 after 25 minutes. Oof. Akira into Schwake's hands, rolls it to Yazbek. Corcoran. Corcoran's not looking too bad so far. I mean, he hasn't been super noticeable, but he hasn't been bad. Like, there's not like a glaring difference between him as a bad touch by Andy Nahar. Out of bounds, going to be a throw in for Tigres. Bad pass by Tigres. Nahar's got the ball. Yeah, they are very experienced. Tigres is in Champions League. They're not, and even their coach, I said Guido Pizarro, he played for Tigres for almost his entire career. He's got a lot of experience in Champions Cup as well. So he knows what to expect and he knows what to do when it comes to not just playing, but he's seen it all. He's won it too as a player. Nahar plays to Espinosa. Corcoran plays to Yazbek. Yazbek plays that wide to Reed Baker Whiting. Reed Baker Whiting with a cross. Anyone there? Oof. Oh, good chance here. Oh, Espinosa with a good shot. Should have passed, laid it off to Mukhtar. Would have had a better chance on it. Guzmán saves it. It's going to be a corner for Nashville SC. Good save by Guzmán. Good save by Guzmán. But that's a stinger on the hand though. I think Preston Judd's okay. I don't think of him negatively or positively. I think he's just okay. He's been playing good this year for San Jose. Corner, Mukhtar, right to Guzmán's hands. He's getting booed quite a bit in this game. Throws it out wide. Tigres just holding on possession, playing the back, kind of waiting for things to open up. Nashville's starting to press a little bit. Guzmán with a bad pass out of bounds. We throw in for Nashville SC. In their half of the field. Tigres is pressing. Mukhtar placed it out wide. Ooh, bad pass by Nashville SC. Ooh, bad giveaway. Correa is able to hold it down. Crosses it. Good cross. Great touch. Oh, good save by Schwake. Oh, that was a dangerous chance for Tigres right there. Best chance they've had all night. That was a great pass by Correa. Good touch. Good save by Schwake. Liga MX apparently going back in FC 27. Hopefully a version of the CCC gets in too. That'd be nice. Good touch by Brunetta. Bad shot. Better save by Schwakey. That was a good save by Schwakey. Good pass by Correa to Brunetta though. Good touch. Ooh, great pass right there by Brunetta. I think that was Brunetta that made that pass. That was beautiful though. It's gonna be a corner for Tigres, I think. All right, Brunetta's taking the corner. Brunetta with the corner. Oh, too much on it. Not a good touch. Tigres keeps possession. Correa. Wow. So Correa did have a good game last match. 1 goal and 4 assists in his last Liga MX game. I know he'd been struggling. I didn't realize he had such a good game his last match. That's a good game. I'll be curious to see what the stats are at halftime. I haven't checked them out yet, but I'll be curious to see what the possession and everything it looks like for this first half. I feel like Tigres has dominated, but maybe it's closer than I think. But it feels like Tigres has definitely, at least the last like 10 minutes, has dominated possession. Good pass. Oh, great touch. Oh, Correa with the golazo. Oh my God, that was a beautiful goal. Correa with the golazo. That's bad for Nashville. That's bad for Nashville. Wow. Wow, that was a beautiful goal by Correa. What a strike. What a strike. Fa! Right? Yeah, no, for real, right? That's so funny. I thought about using that when people say some crazy stuff on on Twitter. Man, what a strike though. Off Schwakey's hands and goes in, but still, what a great strike. Oh my God. Wow, what a strike by Angel Correa. That's bad for Nashville guys. That means that they have that away goal tie. That's not good. What a goal. What a goal. Angel Correa with a beautiful golazo to put Tigres up 1-0. Oh my God. So now Nashville SC's already conceded the same amount of goals they did their previous 2 games. I think that's the first goal that they conceded at home. Tigres is looking confident now. Tigres is looking very confident right now. Hey, if you're just joining us too, we got 70 people in the chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. We're at 42 likes. We're trying to get to 100 by the end of this match. We got 55 minutes left in this game. 55 minutes left in this game. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you haven't already. Helps us out. Let's try to get to 100 likes. Also, smash the subscribe button. We got a lot of people watching who aren't subscribers to the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any of our stuff. We're 20 subscribers away from 12,600. We're hoping to hit that by at least tomorrow. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Tigres is up 1-0 on Nashville SC. Oh, dangerous chance, goes out of bounds. Esmoso's trying to cross it in to Madrigal, but it gets deflected out of bounds. It's going to be a corner for Nashville SC. Corner cleared away by Tigres. Hany Nahar keeps possession. Oh, Hany Nahar with the panic pass. Liga MX moves. You probably love this, right? No, I don't. Why would I love this? Well, I mean, they're pressing. I mean, he's panicking a little bit. The Nashville SC has been uncomfortable tonight when they've been pressing. Tigres has momentum right now, clearly. I do think they do seem to miss tag set or the Norwegian nuisance, as they like to share the clip all the time. But this is a bad sign for Nashville SC because now they have the away goal. This is not good. But I wouldn't say it's over. But Nashville SC is going to have to score like 3 goals at least. They're going to have to score like 3 goals if they want to have a chance. Uh-oh. Tigres calling for the handball. Guzmán plays it, keeps it in bounds. Off Will. I think it's going to be a throw in for Tigres. What brand of ball is that, by the way? Because they used to have Nike as the official sponsor of Champions Cup. It's a handball for sure, but they didn't call it. Wonder what the new sponsor. What ball is that for Champions Cup? That's the Argentine MLS should have brought over, not Bertarame or Mora. Well, I do think that, or you could say that maybe Inter Miami bought the wrong Argentinian from Atletico Madrid. Maybe they should have bought Correa. Brunetta taking the free kick. Yazbek getting chippy in the box. Brunetta. Oh, good save by Schwakey. It was on target. Good save by Schwakey. They say Schwakey and Schwakey like every time. I'm confused of which is the actual correct way to pronounce his name. I'm just gonna call him Schwakey. They say Schwakey. They say Schwakey. Either way, Is Surridge out the entire game or just the first half? He's not even on the bench, so he's out. He's out the entire game. He's out the entire game. Correa. $40 in. Nashville SC is down 1-0 to Tigres. Nashville SC is down 1-0 to Tigres. 40 minutes in. First half is almost coming to an end. Probably be like 3 minutes of added time if I had to guess. Ooh, is it going to be, let's see. Okay, Nashville SC throw in. Andy Nahar plays it to Espinosa. Back to Andy Nahar. Bad pass giveaway by Christian Espinosa. Nashville SC cannot afford to give up another goal. If they give up another goal, it's over. It's the series is done. It's over if Nashville SC can see another goal. It don't even matter if they score. It's over. Yazbek. Bad play by Nashville. Tigres gets possession back, but they just clear it. Oof. Tigres players down right now. Can't see who it is. Holding his left hamstring. Diego Lainez is warming up on the pitch, on the sidelines for Tigres. Oh, it looks like he just pulled up. He pulled his hamstring. Herrera pulled his hamstring. This is where MLS lack of depth hurts. That's true. Which team in MLS has the most depth? Probably quality depth. Oh man. Vancouver's very deep. I think San Jose's pretty deep too. I mean, they rotate like 6 or 7 guys and they still won. I think they're deep. They have good, decent quality. I mean, they might not have the most star power, but they have good quality. Probably San Jose, Vancouver. I don't think LAFC is very deep. They're hurt right now. There's a lot of teams lacking depth, honestly. Boss Daddy says, can't wait for the watch alongs during World Cup. It was hella fun last summer for Club World Cup. Appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate that, Boss Daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna do watch alongs for USMNT for sure. Oh, Madrigal with a close one. I'm gonna definitely do watch alongs for USMNT and then maybe some other ones too, like maybe South Korea, maybe Mexico, probably a couple different teams, but definitely the USMNT. Appreciate you for supporting the channel, by the way. Do you think Espinosa is a dirty player for continuing? Okay. Continuing play. No, I don't think so. There's 2 Americans in Nashville 11, 3 Mexicans in the Tigres starting 11. This is supposed to be a CONCACAF competition. I don't really mind that. I mean, there's lots of I mean, it's an international game. If you want the best talent, you're going to have people from everywhere, you know? That's a great pass by Angel Correa. I mean, let the best man win. Andy Nahar is technically American, by the way. I mean, he plays for Honduras, but I mean, he was like raised in America. So, oof, it really doesn't bother me too much. Why does LAFC hierarchy not prioritize squad depth? I think they're waiting for the summer, honestly. We got 4 minutes of ad time, by the way. I missed that. Sorry, we got 4 minutes of ad time. I don't think they really care right now about adding valuable pieces or the winter window. I think they're waiting until the summer. I think they're waiting until the summer. I will say Hany Mukhtar so far, 46 minutes in, has not looked too good. He needs to have a big game. Espinosa does too. The DPs need to step up. Hello from Jersey. Appreciate you for tuning in. Go Nashville SC, Scott Phillips says. LAFC has the most depth. I don't know if they do, honestly. Maybe when they're healthy, but it's still debatable. They have a lot of very mediocre play, but they're good. Their starting 11 fully strength is pretty good. I just think that there's some of their depth is lacking. I don't think they have a quality striker. I don't think Bobase is very good. I think Ordaz is good, but he has no confidence right now. You know, MDS has totally tanked his confidence. Center back depth is questionable. I don't know if Aaron Long's good anymore. Midfield depth is horrible. Estacio is good, but I don't rate Tillman. I don't rate Delgado. Juteri, I think, could be okay. Schwanier's all right. It's okay. I guess it's all right, depth. I think their attacking depth and their defensive depth is not very good. That's just my opinion. Are you also a Titans fan or Predators fan? Yeah, I don't have my. I've got my Vandy shirt on. I don't have my. I'm not a Nashville SC fan. I don't have an MLS team. I am a Titans fan though. Predators are okay. What is a DP? DP is designated player. It means that they are a player on the team that's salary budget can be higher than the salary cap, and it counts for a smaller portion of the salary cap. Like it can be essentially the highest paid player on the team. Too much hesitation there. Should just let it ride. Oh, Andy Nahar with a great fake. Oh, bad pass. Too late. Too late. Oh, Yazbek, too much on it. Goes wide right and high. LAFC does not have depth. They have a poor midfield. Crystalline says, Mr. Misters, I think this summer and next summer we'll see more transfer business to get ready for the schedule change. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Now the CBA ends after the 2027 sprint season, so that's going to be a huge time for Major League Soccer. About a year from now, we'll start to hear conversations about the next CBA, and that's going to be interesting. Okay, that's in the first half. Tigres up 1-0 over Nashville SC after 45 minutes. So Tigres is up 1-0 after 45 minutes, technically 49 minutes. How would you rate that first half 1 through 10? Like, let me mute this real quick because this is a little too loud. I can't really think. Okay, so after 45 minutes, Nashville SC is down 1-0. What would you rate the first half performance by each of these teams? Nashville SC and Tigres, 1 through 10. We do it every single watch along. 1 being shit, 10 being perfect. What would be your first half rating for Nashville SC and Tigres after 45 minutes? I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the stats while you guys are putting in your grades for the first half, because I'm curious to see what the stats were. Okay, so possession actually is 50-50 in the first half, which I'm a little surprised by. I thought it would be probably lean towards Tigres because I think they did have the possession more in the second half, or first at the end of the first half, the second part of the first half is what I should say. Um, so in the first half, 50-50 possession, expected goals 0.12 for Nashville SC, 3 shots, 1 on target. And then for Tigres, it was expected goal rate of 1.04, excuse me, 5 shots, 3 on target. And passes were about the same, more fouls for Nashville. So what would you rate the first half performances by each of these teams 1 through 10? Let's see. Let's look at the scores here. Listen, don't cook him for not knowing what DP is. It's fine. You saying I don't know what DP is? Jason says, I think it's abundantly clear he is a Nashville SC fan. Buddy says Hany is washed. Hey, listen, Hany did have a bad first half. That's true. He did have a bad first half. Anyway, Rico says a 3 for Nashville and an 8 for Tigres. Let's see. Jason says Liga MX moves is ecstatic for the first half performance. I really want Nashville to win. I don't understand why you think that, but whatever. Nashville 4, Tigres 6.5. Mr. says Nashville 3, Tigres 7. Jason says Nashville 5, Tigres 6.5. Your future's a pundit 1, -1, or maybe it's just a 1. Well, that's fine. We'll see how I do. Nashville 6, Tigres 7. So the first half, I thought Nashville SC looked pretty good, like the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game. And then they kind of just started to falter. Tigres got more comfortable in this match. Obviously, Tagseth went out in the 18th minute, which was a huge loss for Nashville SC. And I do think maybe there was a change. I thought Tagseth was being a Norwegian nuisance in the first half, maybe if you could say, at least the first 18 minutes when he was playing. I would probably give Nashville SC probably a 3, because the thing that's hurt them this entire tournament is hurting them now. I don't care about Atletico Ottawa. It doesn't matter. The game means 0 to me. It's a Canadian Premier League team that should be beating them. I don't know about winning 7-0 on aggregate is nice, but it doesn't matter. They beat Inter Miami 1-1 on aggregate for the away goal. They beat Club America 1-0 on aggregate because of the away goal. So this is their issue they've had all Champions Cup long, is they cannot get their attack going. They're averaging 1 goal every 2 games in the games that matter. Okay. So they're struggling to score. They're struggling in the final third. And Tigres was able to score in the 33rd minute. So Nashville SC, their attack is just very, very, leaves a lot to be desired. They had a couple chances. They were not able to finish them. I don't really rate Madrigal very highly. I think he's okay, but I don't think ideally you'd want him to be a starter. Either way, I'd give Nashville SC a 3. I think the attack was abysmal. It needs to be better. I think Hany Mukhtar needs to be better. He's a DP. He needs to step up. They're counting on him to be superhero like he always is. Espinosa, I don't think, had a very good first half. He had some pretty bad crosses, and then his speed, his pace got exposed a couple times where he had the ball down the flank, and the Tigres defenders were catching up to him. I thought he looked a little slow a couple times, but I would say a 3 for Nashville SC, and then Tigres I'd probably give a 6. Tigres looked more comfortable like the at the back end of the first half, but they still have some issues, right? They probably should have scored, maybe another goal. I would say in the first half, they had some golden opportunities. They just weren't able to make the most of it in the final third. Schwake had a couple good saves. I think Schwake would probably be the best player for Nashville in the first half. If I had to say, I'd say he was probably the player of the half for Nashville SC. He had 2 incredible saves. But I think that Tigres has been better than Nashville, but I don't think they've been great. I'd say probably a 6 out of 10. That goal really did help Angel Correa with a great goal in the first half. Um, but I would say probably Nashville SC is a 3 and Tigres is a 6 for me after the first half. That would be mine. Felix says Nashville 5, Tigres 7. Still 45 minutes ago, but Nashville will need to go out and get a result, and this will give them a lot of space, something that Tigres loves. Was Nashville's away goal against Inter Miami a penalty? I don't think it was. I'm trying to think. I don't think it was a penalty. It could have been, but I don't think it was. I have to go back and look. That was a while ago. America has been crap all season. Liga MX, they finished 8th in the league and barely got into the playoffs. That's true. If the CBA is next summer, I can see there being changes to spending. Yeah, I think there definitely will be. Nashville went above and beyond. Fuzzy Reflex says, with the team Nash has, I think it's a coach issue, and I swear with their team, they should be scoring in droves. See, I disagree. I think if anything, it's the coach that's making them play better. I think they have a lot of they have a good team, but I mean, Alex Mukhtar shouldn't be starting, if we're being honest. In modern MLS, Alex Mukhtar should not be starting. Madrigal shouldn't be starting. Now, maybe he wouldn't be if there's an injury, if Sam Surridge is playing, but Mukhtar and Madrigal, I don't think should be starting. They definitely could do better on the left wing than Alex Mukhtar. I mean, he's a depth piece. He's either starting on a bad team in MLS or he's a depth piece at this point. That's just my honest opinion. I was never really that impressed when he played with the Red Bulls. I wasn't that impressed when he played for the Red Bulls, but that's just me. Okay, real quick too, I got to play an ad. Got to play an ad from a sponsor, FanDuel. But before I do that, guys, we're at 52 likes. We're 48 away from 100. Smash the like button if you haven't already. We're trying to get to the 100 likes before the end of the stream. It helps us out. Make sure you guys smash that like button down below. And like I said, we are 20 subscribers away from 12,600. Help us out and subscribe to the channel. A lot of you guys watching right now are not subscribers to the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. We're trying to get to 20,000 by the end of the year. We're trying to get to 12,600 by tomorrow. Smash that subscribe button and smash that little bell notification so you don't miss our live watch alongs, our new videos, or anything that the channel does. Make sure you hit that little bell notification. Okay, I'm going to post this 30-second or this ad from our partner at FanDuel real quick, 44 seconds, and then we'll be back. I'm going to do a quick restroom break while we do this, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what we expect in the second half. Hey everyone, quick word from our sponsor, FanDuel. If you're into soccer like I am, you already know how exciting La Liga, the Premier League, and MLS matches can get. With FanDuel, you can make it even more fun by placing bets on your favorite teams and matches across all 3 leagues. Whether it's a Premier League showdown, a La Liga thriller, or an MLS game with your local club, FanDuel makes it easy and exciting to bet on what you watch. Just remember, you have to be 21 years or older to play. Please bet responsibly and only if you're of legal age and in a state where it's allowed. Download the FanDuel app or head over to FanDuel.com, sign up, and get in on the action. Thanks for supporting the channel through FanDuel. All right, we're back. We're back. Appreciate our sponsor in FanDuel. All right, guys. So first half, we talked about it. We talked about what we rated each team's performance. Real quick, when we read these 2 comments, who would you bet money on making the final for MLS, Nashville, or LAFC? Who do you rate higher? Also give the same take, but for Tigres and Toluca. You're talking about for the Champions Cup final, who would I think? I mean, honestly, right now, I'm thinking it's probably going to be Liga MX final. That's the way it looks so far. This is not a good start for Nashville SC, who has the more favorable matchup in Champions Cup. Okay, this is what happened to any team that beats Miami. It's like a king touch curse for whomever beats Messi, Monterrey, Vancouver, now Nashville. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Nashville SC, how they would have, if they had beaten Nashville SC, I think they would have maybe beaten Club America. I don't know that for sure. I don't know. It's all matchup based. They probably could have, but it's not guaranteed. Is Neymar coming to Cincinnati? I think there's a chance he could, Hacker. By the way, good to see you, my friend. I do think there's a chance. It looks like that could happen. Um, okay, so let me see how much time we have left. I don't know how much time we have left until the second half. We had that crazy, uh, crazy weather delay. You know, the game probably would have been over with if it started on time. All right, guys. So let me ask you this: what do you think the second half is going to be? When the game started, my prediction was 2-1 Nashville SC over Tigres. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 for Tigres over Nashville SC. What is your second half score prediction going to be? What is your second half score prediction for this game? Who do you think is going to win this game, and what do you think the final result is going to be? It'd be nice if we got like a second half. It'd be nice if we got a second half like we did against PSG and Bayern Munich, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. That'd be incredible, though, wouldn't it? All right, let's see. 2-1 Nashville. Boss Dice says 2-1 Tigres. Let's see. The Bomb Hybrid says 3-1 Tigres. Hacker says 3-0 Tigres. Ray says second half Nashville 3-2. Wow, that would be an incredible. So we're going to get like a score fest in the second. We're going to get 4 goals in the second half. That'd be incredible. If Nash score, I can see 2 or 3 goals. If Tigres scores, it's going to be 3-0. If it's 3-0, it's over. 2-1 Nashville. Okay. Let's see. Chun says, I think it's Chun. I'm sorry if it's or Chun Maru says 1-2 in favor of Nashville. So you think it's going to be 2-1. Felix says 2-2. Okay. Nashville SC 1, Tigres 2 for the second half prediction. Salvador says, I think in the second half it's going to be. I'm going to flip my score prediction. I think it's going to be Tigres 2, Nashville SC 1 in the second half, and that's going to be the final result. I think it's going to be 2-1. Tigres is going to win over Nashville SC 2-1. That's going to be the final score in my opinion. I think Nashville SC's attack is not looking too hot. I don't know where a goal is going to come from. Hany Mukhtar has not had the best first half, regardless of what you think of him, regardless if you think he's washed or not. That's not the point. He's not had a good enough first half. They've been a little chippy towards him. That's true. Tigres has been, but he's just not been good enough. So I think Hany Mukhtar is going to have to step up in the second half and help his team win this game. He's going to have to step up and help his team win this game. They're counting on him. He's the best player in club history. He's 31 years old. He's not past his prime. They need him to step up. They need him to step up. He had a goal and assist against Charlotte FC. He had 2 assists against Atlanta United 2 weeks ago. He had a goal against Club America. He's had a goal or an assist in the last 4 matches he's played in. They need him to step up. They need him to step up and play better in this game. You need your best players to rise to the occasion especially when you're playing in big moments like this. So we'll see what happens. I think Tigres is going to win 2-1 because they just have such a better attacking, they have better attacking talent, and they have better depth. So when they sub out some guys, they're going to bring in some dogs back in there. I mean, they have depth. It's quality starting depth. They have quality starting depth on the bench. So I think that they're going to be able just to take some players out, bring some other ones in, rinse and repeat. That's the problem. So we're going to have to see something better by some of these guys. And Espinosa is going to have to play better too. A lot of guys are going to have to play better for in this game if they want to win. A lot of guys are going to have to play better. Sporters still chant MVP for him. Sorry, but that's invalid for this current season. Sure, before he was, but now he's not up to par. And the second half is about to start, by the way. Second half is about to start. We'll see what happens. But Hany Mukhtar is going to have to step up. Angel Correa was the best player in the first half. And I want you to keep in mind, now I'm not saying that they're the same level player, but keep this in mind. Angel Correa is the same age as Hany Mukhtar. They're the same age. And he looked older. Hany Mukhtar, he looked older. Like he just looked. You see, there's already some players coming in. Tigres is already making a sub. Now, obviously, Nashville's team made a sub. It was due to injury. All right, second half's about to kick off here. About to start. All right, second half's underway. What's Nashville SC got in them? Need a strong 45. Need a strong 45 if they want to have any chance of winning in this series. Yes, back with the ball, looking for Mukhtar. Too much on it. Bad giveaway. Yeah, they're pressing like crazy. Tigres. They're trying to force Nashville SC into an error. Nashville SC's handling it pretty well though. Reed Baker Whitey on the left side tries to dribble past the defender, but goes out of bounds. Going to be a throw in for Nashville SC. Yeah, that's another thing too. We'll talk about when it comes to. That could have been a bad giveaway almost. We'll talk about that tomorrow with the LAFC game, but it looks like Toluca is going to be missing some players for the second leg because of the national team. Like 3 or 4 key players are going to miss the Toluca second leg against LAFC because of international duty for Mexico. Oh, nice throw in. Beautiful throw in. Can Madrigal do anything with it? Held on to it too long. Deflected though. Nahar wins possession. Oh, Andy Nahar. And that was a hell of a throw in though to Madrigal. Beautiful throw in. Held on to the ball too much. I don't think anybody was really in the box to help him out either, but still. Grace after that first goal made their confidence skyrocket, and now they are like sharks. They smell in the water. Yes, I agree with that. Alex Will. No, game's not lagging for me. It looks so far. It looks good. No game's lagging for me so far. 48 minutes in, Nashville have to find a goal. They have got to find a goal in this game. They cannot afford to lose this game. They need really to win 2-0. They cannot afford to lose 1-0. That'd be bad. Espinosa with the cross, horrible cross, headed away by Tigres, but Nashville's able to keep possession. Hany Mukhtar. Hany Mukhtar, good pass out wide. Espinosa. Oof. That ball had some movement on it. God, that ball had some movement on it. I cannot believe that didn't go in. It was gonna go in. And then it's like dipped up the last second. Like just kinda sailed up. My mic is in and out. It shouldn't be. I don't know why it would be. Hopefully it's good now. It's probably 'cause I keep turning my head to look at the chat. Is it better now? Ooh, that was close. Okay, cool, cool. Oh my God, that was close. Brunetta. I think it's because I'm turning my head, so I got to keep. I'm just gonna keep watching the game, and I'll read the chat here in a little bit. But when I turn my head and my mouth isn't directly in front of the mic, it starts getting choppy. So I'll have to fix that. But I'll have to try to fix that. Oh, that was close though. That was very close by Tigres. Almost made it 2-0. Good save by Schwakey though. Schwakey. Yes, back with the ball. Bad turnover by Espinosa. Oh, bad pass. Who the hell was that to? Throw in for Nashville SC. 51 minutes in, 1-0 Tigres over Nashville SC. Yeah, Nashville isn't playing with a lot of urgency right now. It looks like the weather's not an issue anymore either. I can't tell if it's raining still, but it looks like it's not. Good pass to Andy Nahar. Not able to get to it quick enough, though. Going to be out of bounds for a throw in for Nashville SC. Andy Nahar throws it into Corcoran. Yazbek. Oh, good chance. Oh, God, that looked like it could have went somewhere. Andy Nahar clips it to. Oh, could be an important spot. Bad pass to. God, that was a bad pass to Mukhtar. He screwed him up bad. Looks like Mukhtar's hurt too. Mukhtar's holding his left shin or right shin. Oh my God, this attack is so inept. This attack has been horrible tonight. The attack has been horrible for Nashville tonight. It has not been good enough. It has not been good enough tonight. And hard, good pass to Corcoran. Bad touch though. Yeah, they are trying to be too fancy. They're trying to do too much on the ball. Oh, that was a good play off with Correa, but out of bounds going to be a throw in for Nashville. Honestly, I think Tigres would be content with a 1-0 result. I think they'd be fine with that. I think they'd be fine with a 1-0 result. Mukhtar in the box. No foul called. Espinosa lays it off to Corcoran. Corcoran. Ooh, no one's there. .54 minutes in. Tigres is up 1-0 over Nashville SC. It feels like it does feel like Tigres is starting to play a little, like more of a low block. Like they're allowing Nashville to have possession, and they're like begging them to like not begging them to score, but giving them the possession to and playing very defensively at this point. I just don't know if Nashville can do it. That was a bad pass by Andy Nahar. Misread there with him and Corcoran. Tigres throw in. Their side of the field. Passes it back. I think BJ Callahan is wanting to use the stupid rule that Concacaf has up to his advantage. If the next game is into 1-1, then it shows he was thinking very, very risky. Hopefully that's Oof. Aguirre was trying to head it in. Didn't get enough power on it, though. Goes waiting to Schwakey's hands. I mean, I guess I don't think. I think Tigres is kind of giving them possession right now. I haven't really seen anything too dangerous for Nashville in the second half so far. Well, they had that Christian Osa one shot that looked like it could have went in, but I'm talking like the crosses have been still kind of a little sloppy and still leave a lot to be desired in the second half. And it seems like they lack urgency right now. Yazbek with the ball. Just a stupid pass to Espinosa when someone's all over him. Aguirre, excuse me. Brunetta with the ball. Angel Correa. Brunetta. It was a bad pass by Brunetta. Guzmán. Feels like they're just playing keep away right now. Nashville need a threat down the left. Everything is created through Nahar and Espinosa. That's why I'm saying Alex Will is not good enough. Alex Will is very, very subpar. They need that's part of the problem. Their left side of the attack is not very good. Reed Baker Whiting has been okay on the left side in the attack, but he's not. Alex Will has not been good. Oh, beautiful pass. Oh, what a pass. Brunetta with the touch. Oh, God, what a miss hit. Yazbek had to clear it out. All right, Brunetta with the corner. 58 minutes in. Brunetta. Oh. Hits on the volley way over the crossbar. Going to be a goal kick for Nashville SC. Espinosa with the ball. Plays out wide to Mukhtar. Isn't Nashville SC's board member actively involved with Liverpool? No, he used to be. The president Is it Ian Ayer? He used to be the higher up at Liverpool. But that was years ago. That was like 9 years ago. Brunetta. Oh, good. Oh, bad luck by Nashville SC. Tigres got numbers. Plays out wide. Oh my God, what a miss hit. Oh my God, what a miss hit by Flores. That was terrible. That was terrible. Nashville looks like they're playing scared. They do look a little panicked, but there's still 30 minutes left, or 29 minutes plus add time. We'll see. Still plenty of time. That was a good chance, though, by Tigres. That was a horrible miss hit by Flores. Could have put them up 2-0. Nashville have got to score in this game, though. They've got to find one soon. Oh. By the way, guys, Tigres has not played well on the road in Champions Cup. Cincinnati beat them 3-0, and Seattle beat them 3-1 at home, or technically on the road for Tigres, home for the MLS team. This is the best performance they've had against any MLS team on the road this year, and that's what's concerning because they've been good at home. They've won 7-1 on aggregate at home. Tigres has 7-1 at home on aggregate. So that's the problem. They score a bunch of goals in Monterrey at Tigres. They score a bunch of goals. That's why it was so important for Nashville to play very good in this game. It's not officially over. There's always a chance, but the stats say it's over if they don't score a couple goals here. Got 80 people in the chat. Guys, if you just joined us, smash that like button. We're at 57 likes, trying to get to 100. 43 away. Smash that like button, guys, down below. Smash that subscribe button down below, too, if you haven't already. 18 subs away from 12,600. 18 subs away. Smash the subscribe button and like button down below. Espinosa had a chance there. Goes into Guzman's hands. He's laying down right now. Trying to eat the clock. Jade the Man, friend of the show and the channel, says BJ needs to fix this. They need some attacking options. I don't think if Surridge was in the game, it would make that. I don't think it would make a huge difference. Marcel Flores, the GOAT. I feel like Tigres is begging them to have possession, like giving them chances. Like Yazbek with the ball. Can't be pass back FC. They're going to have to go for some chances here. Throw in Espinosa. Yazbek back to Espinosa. He keeps it in. Finds Nahar. Nahar's got some space. The cross. Horrible cross. No one was there. Madrigal was looking for him, but it was a horrible cross. I don't feel like Tigres player touched that. Did they? Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think Tigres did player touch that, so it's gonna be a throw in for Tigres. We sure this isn't Sporting Kansas City with the yellow kits, right? Sporting Kansas City's horrible. Diego Lainez is coming in. It looks like getting ready to come in. Just going to joke here. Maybe BJ could have raised the morale of the team. Diego Lainez is Brunetta just fouled by Palacios. Looks like my Galaxy with this weak possession leading to nothing, right? Even the Galaxy looked good against Toluca in the first leg. They scored 2 goals in Mexico, which was very impressive. They just looked horrible at home. Diego Lainez finally coming in for Tigres. I just noticed their kit up close that it's like the tiger. Like I didn't notice that on the blue kit. Palacios plays it out to Nahar. Oh, dangerous pass. They're playing some dangerous passes. Foul on Tigres. It's going to be a free kick for Nashville SC. This series is over. It could be. I mean, there'd have to be some miracle that happens in Mexico next week, but we'll see. Guys back looking for Espinosa. Too much on it. Espinosa with the cross. Oh my God, Madrigal is terrible at these crosses, man. He cannot finish anything. Now, some of them have been bad, but he does not know. He has no sense of direction on when he's trying to come on the other end of the cross. He is horrible at crosses, Madrigal. God bless him. If the score stays like this, would you say it's over for Nashville? Yes, I would. If this result holds, it's over. I came into this saying that they needed to win 2-0. They're down 1-0 and Tigres has an away goal, which is bad. Guzmán boots it deep. So Brunetta got a yellow for talking to the ref. '70th minute, 1-0 Tigres over Nashville. 20 minutes left plus added time. I just don't know if Nashville can score. Oof. Mukhtar down. Nahar and Mukhtar down. Ref stops play. I think LAFC is going to choke against Toluca. Another Bouanga flop like how he flopped in the Club World Cup. Well, Bouanga doesn't get to play in the first leg, so he's only going to be able to play in the second game in Mexico. Reed Baker Whiting with the cross. No one's there. Nahar tries to win it. Correa trying to win it off of Reed Baker Whiting. Good defending by Reed Baker Whiting to poke it away. Shows he flopped again. Nahar plays it out wide. Espinosa. Espinosa 1-on-1. Flores pokes it away. Quakes fan here wondering what player would fit in well with the squad to make this team win it all, including the U.S. Open Cup. I feel like the team is pretty good right now. I do think they could maybe upgrade the striker position. I think Preston Judd's been okay this year, but I think if they could get like another striker, and I think do they have a DP spot or two DP spots open? If they could get a striker, like a better one, I think they could really be even more dangerous. Timo Werner has been incredible though. Timo Werner, newcomer of the year. Lainez. Oh, good pass. Flores cuts back. Ooh, weak shot. Schwaki. Ain't just pulled down. That's gonna be a yellow. I think if Hernan Lopez is on loan though, I don't think it counts. I think if as long as they're covering a certain portion of his salary, I don't think it counts as a DP spot. Guerrero's coming in. Champions Cup debut 2026. Guerrero. I can see San Jose winning supporter shield, but every competition is very hard in MLS with the travel and the lack of depth. I think the depth's actually better than most people would give it credit for, though. Foul against Hany Mukhtar. I see San Jose as the best team in MLS, period. They probably are right now. Them or Vancouver are the two best teams. Corcoran cross the deep, bad pass. Marcelo Flores. A lot of space for Brunetta. You're going to call an offside, though. Yeah, Bruce Arena is incredible. I'm trying to get an interview with Bruce, too. Stay tuned on that. I'm trying to get an interview with Bruce Arena as well. I've got some stuff in the works. If everything plays out, I'll have Bruce and Bob Bradley on before the World Cup, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Chicago will probably make a decent signing this summer. They've been really good. I had them finishing second in the East. They're in third place right now. So I feel pretty good about my prediction. I've collabed with Pete and Tack a couple times. I've been on their channels. Uh, Filippo's been on my channel several times. I've been on his channel once, and I've been on Pete's channel like 2 times, 3 times maybe. Why was Timo a Bruce signing or a club? He was a Bruce signing. Is there any striker in MLS that the Quakes can go after? I'm sure there's some names that they have they've scouted that Bruce has a list of, because Bruce is essentially making the signings as well with San Jose. Yeah, Nashville is about to throw the kitchen sink. They got to get it. They're going to bad giveaway, and they call foul. I'll have some more USMT content on the way, especially like next month. I'll have Alexi on. I'll have Bob Bradley on. I'll have Tack on. I'll have a bunch of people on next month. May is going to be mostly Concacaf Champions Cup stuff, the final, and USMT World Cup preparation stuff. It's going to be mostly World Cup stuff. There's going to be a transition after this to World Cup stuff. And I'm going to do watch alongs for the World Cup. I like Tax videos on Brazil. Yeah, Tax awesome. Good friend. Love Tax stuff. Love Pete's stuff too. Love them all. Straight red card too. My friend Brett and Derek's a good channel as well. It was a good pass. Decent play right here. Diego Lainez with the ball. Brunetta. Oh, that could have been a dangerous tackle by Hany Nahar. That was like a long tackle where it looked like it could have been a foul. Gotta see the replay on this. Let's see. No, that's a clean tackle. That's a clean tackle by Hany Nahar. Yeah, that was clean. 100%. Early front runner for MVP is either Hugo Kuipers or Timo Werner, maybe. Probably the two. Yeah, it looks like it's raining in Nashville again. No, we don't want MLS playing in NFL stadiums. We just want them to hopefully be hopefully the stadiums just get bigger, the MLS stadiums. Brunetta with the free kick. Oh, Schwacke punches away. Flores. Oh, bad pass to Diego Lainez. Corcoran looking for Espinosa. Good defending, even though the defender fell down. 82nd minute, guys. 82nd minute. Tigres up 1-0. Nashville SC sleeping behind the wheel. Oof. Guzmán is such a troll. Guzmán is such a troll. Probably my least favorite goalkeeper in Concacaf, but I do respect him. He's been a terror for MLS clubs for years. Any thoughts on Vancouver possibly going to Vegas? I'm going to do a video with that with my buddy Michael from AFTN on or ATFN. I always get the acronym mixed up, but either way, I'm going to do a video with him next week talking about it. Hopefully I can do it early with him next week, and we can talk about that situation. Maybe release on Monday or Tuesday, maybe. Would love if MLS stadiums could match the Liga MX stadiums. Maybe one day they can. I mean, this is a pretty big stadium by MLS terms. I mean, this is 30,000 seat stadium. That's pretty big for MLS. This is the biggest stadium in the United States, soccer specific. The only hope is LAFC now, and I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about that. Toluca are all in on CCC. 90% sure they win it all. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that they probably will. They will probably win it all. But then again, if Tigres plays Toluca, who knows? It could be either way. Espinosa It's gonna be a corner for Tigres. Now, if MLS doesn't have a single team make it to the final, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not gonna be pretty. I'm gonna be pissed off because it'll be another year where a team doesn't make it. We do this. It's just unacceptable. First of all, losing it's unacceptable. No team making it to the final is very unacceptable. And there's one thing that could change it, but we'll save that if they don't make it. We'll save that if they don't make it. Yeah, Toluca does have a lot of money. Hell of a team, too. Best player in Concacaf, Paulinho. He's probably the best player in Concacaf right now. Did Palacios just hit him? Oh, my God. Palacios is going to get a red for that. If VAR looks at that, Palacios is cooked. Mukhtar with the corner. Dude, Palacios is absolutely going crazy right now. If they look at any of this stuff, he's screwed. I don't know if that one was as bad, but the last one was really bad. Like the smack. Brunetta's coming out. Andre Pierre Gignac is coming in. Scored more goals than any player in Champions Cup history against MLS teams. Gignac. Paulinho has a real chance to play for the Portuguese national team if Ronaldo doesn't stay fit and gets injured again. I think he's going to play. Like I think he's going to be part of the team. I don't know if he's going. I don't know if he's going to start, obviously, but I do think he will play for the Portuguese national team. I do think he will play for the national team. MLS win in terms of players, mostly Liga MX dominates with coaching. I don't know. I think they dominate with both. Tigres could also go all in for Gignac for CCC, maybe like the last hurrah. By the way, 89th minute, I expect there to be probably 6 minutes of ad time because there's been a lot of wasted time, especially the last few minutes. I'm expecting at least like 6, maybe even 7 minutes of added time. Guzman's taking the free kick or the goal kick. I'm telling you, I think there's gonna be like 7 minutes of ad time. We've been streaming for 3 hours, guys, which is crazy. We had like that hour delay. We've been streaming for 3 hours. And we're 39. Listen, we're 39 likes short of our 100 goal. Guys, smash the like button. There's 80 of you right now. So I know for a fact all of you guys have not liked the stream. Like the stream down below if you haven't already. We're trying to get to that 100 likes. We're at 62 right now, 38 away. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. 18 away from 12,600. Smash that subscribe button and like button down below. It's free. It helps us out. We got 5 minutes of ad time. Okay, 5 minutes. Not as bad as I thought it was. Espinosa crosses it. No one's there. Hit the like, guys, for sure. Let's see. Kyle says Nashville has no chance. They are not as good as Seattle, and Seattle struggled and Tigres away. I agree. They are going to struggle. Kept in play by Correa. Wow. Lainez. Oh, good save by Schwacke. Schwacke with the ball. 2.5 minutes left of added time. Palacios looking out wide. Bad pass. Gignac with the ball. Foul on. It's on Yazbek. Flores. Gignac with the ball. Plays it out wide. Diego Lainez. Good defending by Lovitz, but they're able to keep possession. Tigres. 90 seconds left. They're pushing. They got some urgency. Wish we would have saw this earlier. Yazbek. Corcoran plays it out wide. Lovitz. 60 seconds left. Played out wide to Espinosa. Hits it on the first strike. First touch. Out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick for Tigres. 50 seconds left. .28 seconds left. Guzmán boots it deep. They boot it deep. Schwacke lays it out to Reed Baker Whiting. 10 seconds left. Final chance here for Nashville SC. Oh, man. Oh, no. Out of bounds. That's the final whistle. Tigres has won 1-0 against Nashville SC at Nashville in the first leg of the semifinals of the Concacaf Champions Cup. Nashville SC will play Tigres at Tigres next week on Tuesday in an elimination game. They have to score a goal or they will be eliminated. All the pressures on Nashville SC after this first leg. Very disappointing finish for them. We'll see what happens in leg 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Went 3 hours and 6 minutes due to the delay. Make sure you guys subscribe on the way out. And don't forget, we are doing a live watch along tomorrow night for LAFC versus Toluca. I hope to see all you guys there for another big matchup in the Champions Cup. Hope you all have a great night, chat. There'll be more stuff. And also I want to shout out our sponsor of the channel, FanDuel, proud sponsor of MLS Moves. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great night. And until then, I will see you all soon.